What makes therapy work? What is the thing that most often differentiates between good therapy and bad therapy, effective therapy, ineffective therapy? In my years of managed care work, doing care management over the phone for folks, I did a lot of helping people find therapists, helping people get the help that they needed, no matter where they were. Part of that is education, and part of that is knowing that the number one thing that research tells us is the variable that determines whether therapy is going to be successful or not successful, and by successful I mean effective, is the relationship, the therapeutic relationship between you and your therapist, or as we call it sometimes, goodness of fit or rapport. Now, if you've had a good therapist before, immediately you will be going, oh yeah, it was the fact that I loved my therapist, or it was the fact that she always pushed me when I needed her to, or whatever the case may be, right? It matters more than where your therapist went to school, what type of licensure they have, what kind of modality they use. It is that relationship. Because just as our wounds happen in relationships, so do our wounds heal in relationship. In my practice, I generally have the first 3 sessions as that trial period where we're both getting on the same page about the job that you're hiring me to do, and I'm getting you on the same page about how I feel like that can happen, what types of things we might try, etc. And although we generally will have a sense if we're going to be a good fit before those 3 sessions are over, I certainly kind of give it that space because not everybody is going to know right away, right? It's my ethical obligation to be really honest about whether, number one, if I feel like your goal is something that I can help you with in the way that you want to be helped, and number two, to be honest about if I feel like that goodness of fit is going to be there. And while it's my ethical obligation to be honest about that, it's your obligation to yourself to be honest about that. So oftentimes I'll have folks come to me and say, I've seen this therapist like 6 times. I don't really feel it. I don't really feel like I'm telling them everything. But I don't want to hurt their feelings and tell them that I don't feel like we're a good fit. My first thing is, please tell them that you don't feel like they're a good fit. It's your obligation to yourself. A good therapist, an ethical therapist, is not going to take that personally. And quite frankly, even if they do, that's their issue. That's not your issue. In therapy, you are there to do your work. And if your therapist isn't a good fit, even if it's just personality wise, you guys don't get along very well, or the vibe isn't there, that's okay. You need somebody who the vibe is there with so that you can do your work. Okay? If you have a question for me, feel free to email me at recapearl@gmail.com. That's REACAPEARL@gmail.com. Or find me on my website, recapearl.com. If this video helped you, it will probably help someone else. I would absolutely appreciate the share. Thank you so much.